Tyler here. Today we are going to be talking about 5 non-medical ways to help you with seasickness while you are on a ship. So you see on social media, all your friends are having a fun time on their cruise. They have pictures of themselves on the Lido deck, on the islands, just having the best vacation in the world. However, you want to book a cruise, but you're holding back a little bit because you're afraid you are going to get a little bit seasick. So today I'm going to be showing you 5 non-medical ways to help you with seasickness that don't necessarily have to wear a patch or a bracelet. These are just 5, I guess you can say natural, calm ways to help you with it. So let's get to it. So the first one we are going to start out with is going to be just acclimating yourself to the ship. So what this means is when sailaway first begins, don't necessarily go back down to the bottom of the ship or inside of the ship. So this has been a mistake that I've made personally with me. So what I would recommend is hanging out on the upper decks, being outside while the sailaway happens, see the ship go out into the ocean. Don't necessarily go right back inside and go down to the lower decks. When that happens, I found with me that has gotten me a seasick. A personal example of me, for an example, was so when I was on the Disney Dream, our dinner was immediately right after sailaway. It was actually running right late to Disney Dream, so we could not actually see sailaway happen because we had to go to dinner. That is because Disney has rules with being on time and all that for their dinners. So we went straight to dinner, and halfway through dinner, we were in the artist's palette, and I felt so sick halfway through because it was right when it was starting to pick up more speed, the ship, and I just felt awful that whole evening. It was just not a pleasant sight. It was horrible. So definitely what I would recommend is hang up on the upper decks, just slowly acclimate yourself. If you even have to skip the main dining room that night, that's something I would definitely recommend as well. Go eat at the buffet or another restaurant, and that will just slowly ease yourself to it. And then as the night goes on, if you do want to go get a dinner in the main dining room or go into those lower decks, that's what I would personally recommend, is later on in the evening. So number 2 is going to be when you do book, go look at your ship. The bigger the ship is going to be, the less chance you're gonna get as getting motion sickness. So go with more of if you're afraid, maybe do more of Oasis class ship to oppose of a smaller ship that's in, I don't know, the Carnival fantasy class or something like that. So that's what I would definitely when you're studying, look at your tonnage, and the bigger the tonnage, the less of a chance you're gonna get you're seasick. So that's what I would personally recommend. Number 3 is going to be still, and when you are going to book your cruise, is going to be study your route. Definitely check on your route. This is also going to depend on your both ports and your ship. If you're noticing more of a route that maybe has consecutive days at sea, that might not be the one for you. So another example too is if you are looking at a 7-day cruise, definitely try to book one that's has 4 ports, rather than 3 ports, because if you are going to book one with 3 ports, you do run the risk of being at sea more than 1 day. So that can also cause seasickness. So that's what I would definitely recommend. Just shorter cruises. This is another issue that I had. Same thing with a couple of my cruises. Another example, when I did a 3-night cruise on Royal Caribbean's Mariner of the Seas, I got a little bit seasickness on that. I didn't necessarily vomit, but what happened was we took out of Port Canaveral and we had to rush to get to Nassau by 8 a.m. the next morning. So they had to kind of hightail the ship a little bit. And I got a little bit of seasickness that evening. This is kind of a similar thing. I didn't acclimate myself, kind of did sail away, and then our dinner was shortly after sail away, so I did not do it. And I felt really nauseous that evening. So I wouldn't necessarily maybe not do a 3-day cruise where it necessarily you have to go right to port, immediately right to port. the next day. So maybe go more of like that 4-day route or you're not necessarily like rushing to a port the next day, or even a cruise where maybe you're a day at sea before you get to port because of it won't go as fast. Before I continue to the final two, I would love it if you could subscribe to my channel. I have a lot of cruise content that you do not want to miss. I also have down in the description down below, I will have full playlist of all the cruises that I've been on, so you can definitely check those out to help you prepare for your future cruise. So number 4 is going to be staring at the water. So do not stare directly into the water when you are out on the high seas. So this has gotten my mother actually a couple of times. So what I would recommend is if you're in the middle of the ocean enjoying your balcony, don't stare. Give yourself maybe like 10 seconds to stare at the ocean and then just like look away or look at something else. It's almost like equivalent as if you're looking down your phone and you're in a car and that same kind of nauseous feeling comes over you if you're like staring at it too long. That's what I would personally just recommend. It kind of has that same effect because it's all kind of just one movement, you know, I guess you could say. That's what I would just recommend. Just kind of just look around. Do not stare directly into it. That will get you seasick. So number 5 is going to be just some simple things that will help you just in general with being nauseous, such as go and pack some saltines in your suitcase before you get on the ship. That will definitely help you if you have saltines. That has helped me so much when I get nausea. I think as well that helps me as well is Tic Tacs. So this has helped me so many times when I have felt so nauseous. Definitely more of the peppermint than the spearmint. That's what's definitely gonna help you out. So another thing as well is going to be ginger ale. Ginger ale will definitely help you out with your nauseousness too. For some reason, I don't know what it is. It's just, I guess ginger itself really helps with nausea, but like it definitely helps me every single time when I'm ginger ale. So that's what like I would personally recommend when you do feel nauseous. So that is my tips and trips to help you with seasickness. So I would absolutely love to hear it down below. I want to hear 2 things from your comments below. So I'm actually curious. I'm considering my next cruise getting a patch. I would absolutely love to hear you guys in the comments below that have worn patches, if you've liked them, if you've not liked them. So another thing too, I would love to hear your tips that has helped you with seasickness. So if there's anything that I didn't mention in this video that has helped you with your cruise. If you found this video helpful, and if you are going on a cruise, I hope that you have a great cruise. Thank you for watching. Your vacation is out there.